Hello? Can you guys hear me? Anybody? Will you let me know if you can hear me? Yes. Can y'all hear me? Hi. Oh my gosh, you guys, welcome. I'm so happy that you guys are here today. You guys, my name is Holly and I'm a Faster Way Fat Loss certified coach, and I'm really excited today because we get to chat with Dr. Stephen Cabral about a product launch. And I'm so excited that y'all are here and joining me. Where are you joining from? Hello, yay! Let me know where you are joining from. I am currently out here in Maui. It is gorgeous out here. The sun is finally out. But I know that it's been, pretty cold in some other areas. Texas, love the yellow, New York, San Diego. I love this, you guys. This is the beauty of going live in Canada, London. Oh, this is so fun. I am so Fort Myers, Florida, Indiana. Oh, you guys, this is great. I hope you guys are excited. Hi, Miss Sarah, Northern California. Yep. This is so fun. It's going to be just another minute, and I think we've got him. Hang on tight here. Let's see. Hey. All right, you guys, I have to tell you just really quickly, I am not, this is going to be an interesting call because typically I am not somebody who gravitates towards organ meats. And that's why I'm so interested to learn a little bit more about it. I have read a little bit and I understand a little bit of the nutritional value, but I don't wake up in the morning thinking, I need to get my organ meat in for the day. So this product launch that is going to be happening is actually, I think, going to cover some of this. So hopefully we get him on here soon. Does anybody consume organ meat on a daily basis? I would love to know that. Like I said, I typically do not, but maybe we need to start here. Let's see. I think we have him. Hello.
Hey, Holly, how are you?
I'm well, and you?
Doing well. Thanks so much for having me on here today. Look forward to our chat.
Likewise. I am coming at you from Maui, Hawaii, and I have to tell you that I had the pleasure of listening to you speak at conference in February, and it was so fantastic. Your wisdom that you shared with us, I could have listened to you speak a whole lot longer. So I'm really excited to be here and be joining you today. And I'd love to just maybe to tell everybody a little bit more about yourself. And we'll start there.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a board certified doctor of naturopathy and the founder of the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute. So we actually teach people how to take better control of their health and then hopefully go on and help others do the same. Like that's the foundational goal. But for me, I started from a place of I needed help myself. So from 17 to 27 years old, I had autoimmune issues like rheumatoid arthritis, type 2 diabetes. I had Addison's disease, I had POTS, I had terrible allergies, so I was really in bad shape overall health-wise. And I leaned on the best of conventional medicine, which all they could do, unfortunately, was give me a handful of medications and try to manage the disease as best as I could. But I knew that I hoped that my life was not destined to be one of autoimmune issues, Addison's disease, and it's no life to live. It's really not. So when I met my mentor eventually, she shared with me the basis of how to combine not one form of medicine, but 7 different forms of medicine in one. So when I met her, 10 years of not getting well, 6 months later, I was completely better. No more diabetes, no more Addison's disease, no more autoimmune issues like rheumatoid arthritis. I mean, it was amazing. And so I said, I want to be able to now share this with others. And so I went back to school. I did internships all over the world in India, Sri Lanka, China, Europe, and the Netherlands, and the US. And what I found was that there is really no one form of medicine. I still believe that there was one thing you could do, right? Always the conventional medicine, science-based mindset that there's a pill for every ill. And I realized there wasn't. We're all individuals, we're all unique, and it's bioindividuality, when you look at that, that ultimately helps people heal. And so that's what I teach.
I love that. I love that. I really, really do. So I have to tell you this because I thought this was pretty interesting. Seeing as that we're going to be talking about this product that you are launching. Yesterday, I tried really hard to shop local here in Maui, shop farmers markets. I am a firm believer in whole food nutrition. And yesterday, I actually went to the local butcher and I picked up some meat. And usually I can only, purchase whatever is really available. And he didn't have much available, but there was a lady in front of me who was at the counter before me. And she ordered all of this meat. And at the very end, she said, I need to see what organ meat you have. And I thought, okay, how many people really ask for organ meat? Is this really a thing? And so she turned around and she looked at me, and it was just the two of us in there. And she's like, yeah, she goes, I'm on this carnivore diet. And apparently this organ meat is really good for you. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, note taken. And so I went back in my car after I got my meat and I Googled carnivore diet, and I thought it was pretty incredible. So the timing was impeccable. I knew we were going to be on talking today. So can you share a little bit about what it is that's going to be launching?
Yeah, so for me, and I want people to know this, I look at 3 categories of health. Helping people to get their ideal body weight. And the reason is my original background in my late teens and early 20s is as a nutritionist, certified nutritionist, and personal trainer, strength and conditioning specialist. So what I found, because I didn't know about health really back then, but if I helped someone lose 50 to 60 pounds, oftentimes normalized blood pressure, didn't know how it happened, right? Oftentimes normalized healthy levels of cholesterol, normalized blood sugar. So I was like, oh, well, this is a great way to help people get healthy. But then when I studied Ayurvedic medicine, traditional naturopathy, etc., I learned that if there's anything left, autoimmune issues, etc., we help people heal. So get to a healthy weight, not for vanity purposes, but literally for health purposes to increase health span and lifespan. Then help people get well, then we can work on longevity. And so that's kind of how our practice works. Now, when you look at longevity and the nutrition plan involved in longevity, it's radically different than the nutrition plan required to transform your body. Most of us know, or I shouldn't say that, but many of us look towards a lower carb, higher protein, moderate fat or higher fat diet for body transformation. And it works. I'm not going to say that it doesn't, because it works, right? For most people. And then there's obviously thyroid issues, cortisol issues, estrogen dominance, etc. But we do the same. So I'm not going to discard that. We do it for about 3 weeks. But then we start to transition, because there is and I can't go too deep on it today, the more you keep your body in anabolic state, the more meat that you eat. That's why, again, I eat meat. So people are like, oh, you don't promote eating meat. I'm not saying that. I eat meat. It's very nutritious. But when you overdo it, what happens is you increase mTOR, you increase IGF-1, and that seems to lower longevity. So if you can transform your body, be in amazing shape, but it's not necessarily give you the best chance to live to 100 and beyond. So having said that, grass-fed meat, pastured chicken, pastured eggs, wild-caught fish, all of those things are amazing. I am not a proponent of a meat-only diet. I don't think that's healthy for human beings in the long run. Could it be beneficial for a short period of time? Maybe for some people, but honestly, they're doing it because they have joint issues, pain issues, bloating, and all of those things are symptoms of underlying issues. If you have bloating and gas every time you eat carbs, most likely you have SIBO, most likely you have candida overgrowth or H. pylori. Why don't we fix that instead of removing all the carbs that are just going to cause issues later down the line? The other issue is women should have fiber, especially. It is going to help with colon cancer and potential issues there. If you don't eat any carbs, then your microbiome shrinks. Now, for some people with overgrowth, that's why it's helpful. But for others, you actually then get to weaken your immunity. You start to remove good bacteria. So on and on and on. My my job always as a practitioner is to say, okay, there are a lot of people though who are doing more meat. Let's talk about then the benefits of meat rationally. And then also, if they're not eating organ meat, let them know the benefits of that, because it doesn't always just have to be muscle meat. There's huge amounts of vitamin A, B12, iron inside of things like liver, heart, spleen, kidney. Why it's important as well is that if you are eating animal meat, you actually want all of the nutrients, not just a lot of the muscle meat nutrients as well.
Interesting. Would you say that those organ meats are more nutritious than your typical muscle meats? Just out of curiosity.
Absolutely, they are. They're concentrated nutrients. So it's almost like they're I hate to say it, use the word superfood because it gets thrown around too much, right? Like it's like every brightly colored fruit and vegetable could be a superfood, right? It's like that's okay. So we've got that. Then herbs, they can be superfood. So it's almost like nothing isn't a superfood, because there's a lot of, as long as it's a whole food, you can get a lot of great nutrients from those foods. So the uniqueness though is the concentrations of usable B12 and vitamin A, vitamin E, a lot of these nutrients that are in there. And you also, again, you have to make sure though that it's coming from grass-fed animals. And when you're talking about organ meat, it's typically from cows, from cattle that you're getting them from. You're already using the meat as nutrition for your body for protein, so very bioavailable protein. But what you may be missing are the cofactors like the organ meat that helps with that. Now, where I see people go a little bit wrong is that if a little is good, a lot must be better, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's our mindset. So people like argue with me, and I don't understand why, about meat being a beneficial food for you. I actually think meat, to a degree, is a beneficial food for you. But if I look at cross populations of the longest lived people in the world, their diet was somewhere between 10 and 15% protein. So yes, eat meat, but not 30% of your diet from meat, right? Like that can lead to potentially cancer, and it absolutely leads to an increase in mTOR, a decrease in autophagy, a decrease in AMPK, and then increased levels of growth hormone. So great for body transformation, not for longevity. What we need to do is not moderation, but actually find balance. And so organ meat's the same way. You don't need to eat organ meat every day unless it's a small amount, but a few times a week to get the nutrients from organ meat, amazing. And if you're someone who's low in iron or B12, these organ meats can actually boost those levels fairly quickly as well.
Interesting. So what is the backstory on this product that's going to be launching?
So they're actually the first person we're sharing it with. And here it is right here. So it's called a grass-fed organ complex. And it is for the exact reason someone just mentioned here in your comments. It looks like it was maybe Pamela. And she says, I don't like the taste of liver or organ meat. And you know what? Most people don't. And so there's two ways to overcome that. So I always talk about whole food nutrition. Supplement a healthy diet. Unfortunately, most of us aren't going to get all of our nutrition from food alone. I run nutrition stats every day through software that looks at all the foods that a person eats, and it looks at all the nutrients they get from those whole foods. Inevitably, you're missing, even for the best diets, 2 or 3 foods, and we have to understand, even if it's all organic, pasture-raised, organic is different than it was before 1960. And it's because the nutrients aren't in the soil. So if the nutrients don't start in the soil, they can't end up in your food, even if it's grass-fed. So what I share with people is that in order to make organ meats more palatable, if you eat burgers, what you can do is you can get ground liver, or you can grind your own liver if you want, cut it up, or kidney, or whatever the organ meats you are, or some places, and actually they do this in some places in Hawaii, because I've visited, I love Hawaii, it's one of my favorite places on earth. The farmers, some of the local farms will grind, it's called 80-20, 80% beef, 20% organ meat. And you can barely taste it. And it's great for I have 2 young daughters, they're 8 and 10. They don't always want to eat meat. Their tastes change on a weekly basis. So what I can also do is, for people who don't like it, my girls can get 2 capsules of this, or other people can just take a full serving of 6 capsules, or they can dose it based on how much they want to get in. Because this is a full 3 grams of organ meat in capsules. So literally all you're doing is you're getting whole food nutrition. This is dehydrated, desiccated, so basically ground down organ meat, and there's no taste to it, and you can get your organ meat benefits that way. So it's whole food in a capsule that can be very beneficial for people.
And what is the recommended dose on there? And is there a certain time? Do you need to take it with food? Can you take it in the morning? Is there like a benefit to anything like that?
Yeah, it's a great question. So you're actually eating food. That's what it is. So if you look in the back of this, you're getting 1 gram of liver, and liver is the most potent and most nutrient dense. So that's why we have the most in there. You're getting heart, kidney, pancreas, and spleen. And a lot of people don't even like the thought of eating those and like cutting them up and all that. So this, again, gives you the benefits without you having to like overthink it. The serving size is 6 capsules. It sounds like a lot. And the reason is that, well, if you think about it, you don't want just a half a teaspoon of food, and this is food. So you're actually getting a good amount of organ meat, a couple like tablespoons of it, which will give you the nutrient requirements that you want from that. Now, how do some people use it? Well, people who have difficulty digesting meat use 6 capsules a day. Some people who only want to use it 2 or 3 times a week, like myself, I'll take 6 capsules 2 or 3 times a week rather than using it necessarily every single day. Some supplements are great to use every day, and some you can use as you decide. Now, if you are nutrient deficient or on a low calorie diet, hypocaloric diet, or like low micronutrient in general, this would be a product that you use every day until you move out of being too low in calories, too much exercise. Remember, if you decrease your calories and up your exercise, you're not going to have enough nutrients to continue to repair the body. You'll see the skin age faster, hair goes grayer faster and thins. All of these things are a sign of aging, typically because of a deficiency in nutrients.
Wow. So much great information here. So I have a question for you then. What makes this product, this organ complex, different than any other organ complexes on the market, or something, a product similar?
Yeah, that's a great question as well. I like to do synergies. So typically I say this, that if there's already a product on the market that's amazing, then I recommend it. And there's so many great functional medicine-based brands. If there isn't, then I want to try to create it for our practice and all of our practitioners. We have about 5,000 IHPs. And so I want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing for them. So this one I can actually certify as grass-fed, coming from New Zealand-based bovine, which is the best, like that's the pinnacle. So basically the difference is, like in Iceland and New Zealand, the soil is so rich and so fertile that the cows there, or goats, or any other animals are, well, the best well-fed, which means you're then the best well-fed, right? That's essentially how it works. And so when you look at this, it has all the certifications. This is gluten-free, dairy-free, like all of the frees that you're looking for, and it's made from a GMP facility, which means that we test for heavy metals as well. So you want to make sure that there's no lead and there's no mercury, or there's none of those things in your products, and also that there's no mold. And so we test for that as well.
Wow. So definitely quality product here. Would you say that this product is for just about anybody, or is there somebody in particular that you would definitely recommend this product to? Just as a health coach, I like to know this as well, because I often get questions about supplements, and I do, like I said, focus on a lot of healthy whole foods as best I can, especially for my area and what's in season, but I get lots of questions about supplements. So who might I recommend something like this to?
Yeah, someone who's not getting enough protein, and so like about 75% of our practice is women, and I'm sure the majority of your practice is probably women too. More women gravitate more towards wellness than men in general. And what I found in my practice, at least, is that oftentimes women are not consuming enough protein. So I'm typically like saying to some guys, listen, you're at 225 grams of protein a day. Understood, great for body transformation. Probably not going to help you live a long, healthy life. Like at some point, maybe we can take this down a little bit. For women, I find very little protein at breakfast, maybe some at lunch, and then dinner's where they get their protein. So they're not getting, though, the 0.8 grams per kilogram or half their body weight minimum in protein per day, especially if they're exercising. So people that are nutrient deficient, maybe protein deficient, they're low on iron, they're low on B vitamins, they have more of a pallor, like low circulation, weak circulation, cold hands and feet, low thyroid. It's a great product for that, low energy. Now, if someone is, they have higher levels of iron in their blood or higher levels of B12, this product then would not be right for them.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. And what about for maybe my clients that are vegan or vegetarian? How do you,
For them, if they're, I mean, so there's like I work with many people that are vegan and vegetarian, and if it's for spiritual based reasons that they don't want to eat meat, then of course this product wouldn't be for them. 99% of our products at EquiLife are vegan, but you can't make a vegan fish oil and you can't make a vegan organ complex, right? So those then are not going to work. However, some people are vegan because they say they can't digest meat very well. And it makes them bloat, it makes them sick. So if it's not for spiritual based reasons, then this product is very easy to digest. It's pre-digested, which makes it, again, you get all the nutrients. That's why supplements are a great part of a healing protocol, because they're basically pre-digested for you. And they're put in a bioavailable form. So a functional medicine company, instead of giving you folate or folic acid, gives you methylfolate. So that's the version of folate that you can actually use for energy, to lower inflammation in your arteries, for cognitive ability, and for pregnancy, and so much more, right? So that's the important value of good quality nutritional supplements. It's never supposed to replace a whole food diet. You need that, right? You need a whole food diet, but the problem is a whole food diet for most people that are dieting, or they're only eating a couple meals a day, it's so hard to get 7 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. It's so hard to get the recommended serving of good, healthy protein. And so supplements just allow you to be on the diet that you choose to be on, while giving you the micronutrients, not the macros, but the micronutrients that you may be missing from your diet that lead to then health and longevity, not just body transformation.
Wow. So good. I'm really excited to try this. Can we possibly take just a couple of questions?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Does anybody have a couple of questions here? Yeah, I have to tell you that I'm very excited to try this, because I am too one that does not wake up in the morning thinking, oh, I got to get my organ meat in today.
Right.
But I have read a lot and listened to a lot of podcasts and understand kind of the power in it. So I'm definitely, would it be something that you would feel? I guess I should, is that something, when you are taking this on a, routine basis, is this something that you would feel the effects of taking?
You very well may feel the effects within 3 to 5 days if you are deficient in B vitamins like B12, iron, and all of the other nutrients in there. So yes, you very well may feel that overall. If you're someone using something like, I don't know if you're familiar with the EquiLife based products, but let's say you're using daily nutritional support already, and maybe your daily fruit and vegetable blend. Adding this gives you those same nutrients, but from a whole food based version, which is really important, which is great for instead of on top of the daily nutritional support. So maybe you might even start doing then less meat, or it really is based on the individual. And that's why I say you can do this daily for someone that's nutrient deficient, or 2 to 3 times a week, like I do for myself, as well as, my daughters as well. Again, some nights they're like, I just not feeling eating meat right now. Okay. They still need the nutrition, whether they feel like eating or not. So all I do is just give them 2 capsules. And now I know that at least they got some of that nutrition from those products.
It's true. I think I've noticed that too with many of my female clients, is you do get to a point where you're like, I just can't eat another piece of chicken. I just can't eat another piece of meat. And so that is, that having that available would be definitely beneficial. I have this is a great question. If liver is the detox organ, how is it healthy to eat?
I don't know that the two have necessarily anything together. So liver, as we're eating it as a food, gives you the nutrients that would be in that tissue itself. So if we look at, let's just take a lemon, right? So, okay, what does a lemon have? It's very high in potassium. Great. What about chocolate? Chocolate is very high in magnesium and even L-theanine. It has great nutrients in it, right? So we're eating those things. Our liver, and the way that we use our liver, is for phase 1 and phase 2 detox. So basically we take toxins and endogenously produced hormones that our body produces. It goes to the liver. It breaks them down from oftentimes fat-soluble toxins like cleaning products, cosmetics, all these different things, and it turns them into a water-soluble nutrient, or I should say toxin, that we typically then excrete through bowel movement every day, and we could excrete it through the urine as well, or even the sweat. So eating liver is not necessarily a detox food, but it does give you B12 and B vitamins, which are needed to help balance inflammation, energy, and to help with phase 1 of detox.
I love that. That is perfect. That's because honestly, when I was thinking about this, it just seemed like a common question I think that I would get, because when I think of the liver, I do think of something that is detoxing, and how is that going to be helpful? So I love that. Can you break the capsule and turn it into a drink?
You could, yeah, absolutely. And so you could mix these into a smoothie or a drink or just a little bit of water and swallow it that way if you're opposed to capsules. Absolutely. Again, it's just whole food. You're just pouring in the dehydrated liver and heart and spleen and kidney and all of those things. And there'll be a slight taste. I mean, it will actually taste like meat. And so you can just take that as a little shot or mix it into a smoothie if you'd like.
Okay. And how much protein is in that? Is there like a certain amount of protein in one capsule?
Yeah.
So if you were
So every single supplement should always have a supplement facts panel on the back. I know your community is probably very aware of that, but not everybody is. And you'll see at the top it has 15 calories. It has 3 grams of protein, and it has 3 milligrams of iron. So it has 0.5 grams of fat, no carbohydrates, only 5 milligrams of cholesterol. All meat will have cholesterol. And so that's right on the back. Again, this is actually, so all of our different lines always say what it is. This one says nutrition because this is actually whole food in capsules.
And is the nutrition line, all of that, is that whole foods? Your nutrition
When it
line?
says nutrition, yes. So we have whole food bars, which are basically like 5 ingredient bars, all allergen free from the most hypoallergenic allergens. So yeah, that's part of the nutrition line.
I love that. That's wonderful. So where could this be purchased then?
So we are launching it tomorrow, officially on EquiLife, but people can go to it right now from your channel. Maybe you can link it up.
Sure.
At equi.life/organ-complex. So equi.life/organ-complex. And I'm sure you'll be able to search it as well. It's just called grass-fed organ complex. And that's it. You'll get a big bottle. This is a 30-day supply if you were to do 6 capsules a day. Again, if you're nutrient deficient, that's how you would use it. And if for others, you could use this to get clean organ meat, so you know it's clean. Because remember, whenever anything catches on, so organ meat is becoming more popular now. That means you're going to get organ meat from non-healthy animals. You need to make sure that it was pasture-raised, if it's chicken-based or poultry-based, or grass-fed, if it was bovine, if it was cattle-based. And that's really important because you don't want to eat the organs from unhealthy animals.
Right.
That would be the opposite effect. And so that's why, again, we wanted to come up with this product just to be like, this is a clean one, and organ meat's expensive too. So if you want a less expensive alternative, this would be a couple dollars a day versus much, much more. So again, I always believe in whole food. It's not that I don't. And if you like that, try the ground organ meat way. That's a really nice way to kind of hide it in there. You'll still taste it, but not as much. And then if not, you can use the capsules, and those work because that is just whole food, ground organ right in there.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing this. I'm really excited to try it, and I'm excited to kind of share it with my community because I do feel like this is an area that there's going to be a lot of interest in. Like I said, protein is always one of those areas that I think we struggle with a little bit. So I'm excited. Thank you so much for allowing me to be part of this launch. I'm very, very excited. So I think that's all for now.
I appreciate you. Thanks so much for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. Take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye.